Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, A Little Geek, A Little Chic. Today we're going to talk about my TBR for the month of June. So grab yourself your beverage of choice and let's get into the stack. For the month of June, I have about 5 books here. I might have another one, so I'm not sure if all these are going to get read or not. A coworker is supposed to be bringing me a, hang on, wait for it, Colleen Hoover book. That's right, your girl has never read a Colleen Hoover book. Insert here, I'll wait for it. Now, that being said, she's bringing me one of her favorites, and I said I would read it. Now, this might be a hole that I am going to spiral down deep down into and be stuck in the Colleen Hoover abyss, like so many of us, of you are on BookTube, TikTok, all of that. So, I'm excited to see if I like her writing, or if she's one of those ones that I'm like, not for me. But I have a feeling I might end up, it might be the latter. I might be the one like stuck in the Colleen Hoover abyss, but we will see once I read my first book. I'll let you know which one she brings me that I'm starting with, so that will be on the TBR list as well to add to these ones. Now, to kick it off, I have Clara and the Sun. Now, this is by Kazu Ishiguro, I believe is how you pronounce it. If not, I apologize. It's about an artificial intelligence bot that lives at a store, like a retail store. I'm not sure if she's for sale or what, but she's in a corner, and every day she can see out the window and sees the sun and can pass her days and view and watch the humans based on and knows how the time based on light and the sun. So she gets moved to a different part of the store, and I'm not sure, it's just kind of like a thing on AI and like artificial intelligence and how they can like learn and be all-encompassing potentially, I think. I'm not sure. I don't know too much about this. It's had a lot of hype a couple of years ago on BookTube, and now it's getting a resurgence. I think Book Talk has kind of brought this one back to light, so I'm excited to, it also had like a paperback version now, I think. So I'm excited to read this one and see what it's all about. I picked that one up last month, I believe, or the month before. Then I have an oldie on my shelf. I say oldie, it's only 2 years old. And that is Rachel Lynn Solomon's The X Talk. 2 rival radio hosts on different shows come together because the bosses want them to play it up like they used to and or dating. Used to date and or are dating, and how to deal with the struggles of relationships of exes, etc. And what ensues from there. I have a feeling they might end up falling for each other because, you know, it's a romancy book. So, the workplace enemies to lovers, maybe then. Next up on my list for my TBR is the first book in a Cozy Mystery series that I did buy the second book for as part of my birthday book haul. And that is Maya P. Manasala, Arsenic and Adobo. So she has a restaurant, and everything is, she has trying to save her Tita Rosie's failing restaurant. So either her aunt, I think, is failing restaurant, and she has to deal with a group of matchmaking aunties who shower her with love and judgment, but when notoriously nasty food critic who happens to be her ex-boyfriend drops dead moments after confrontation with Leela, her life quickly swerves from a Nora Ephron romp to an Agatha Christie case. So her ex-boyfriend comes in, eats the food, and dies. What's the cause of death? So, and she obviously finds herself in the middle of it. We love these. It kind of gives me the Finley Donovan is killing it vibes from the art on the cover. And I'm all here for the murder mystery cozy murders during the summer months. Next on my list is an oldie. Now this one I say is an oldie, is it is an oldie, and a lot of people have read it, and I never have, but I have a great selection of these books by this author on my shelf. So I'm starting to read some of the older stuff that I've been handed down to see if I like the authors or not, or if they're not for me. And this one is Sue Grafton, A is for Alibi. I was like, where do I start with Sue Grafton? Well, obviously with A. So A is for Alibi is a Kinsey Milhone mystery. She's a private investigator in the state of California, and she's 32 years old, twice divorced, no kids. The day before yesterday, I killed someone, and the fact weighs heavily on my mind. I'm a nice person and have a lot of friends. My apartment is small, but I like living in a cramped space. I lived in trailers most of my life, but lately I've been getting too elaborate for my taste, so now I have a one-room bachelorette. I don't have pets, I don't have houseplants, I spend a lot of time on the road, and I don't like leaving things behind aside from the hazards of my profession. My life has always been ordinary, uneventful, and good. Killing someone feels odd to me, and I haven't quite sorted it through. I've already given a statement to the police, which I initialed page by page and then sign. I filled out a similar report for the office files. The language in both documents is neutral, terminology oblique, and neither says quite enough. Excited to read one of these ones and see how I like it. I think we got the gist of it, and we'll see. This is one of my grandmother's, and sometimes when I open her books, she has book plates in them, so if she lends them out, people know they're hers. This one, you guys, makes me melt. Grandma, this is, I know you're probably watching this. This is the best book plate I've ever seen. It has Kermit and Miss Piggy on it, and it says, "Please return this book to moi." That's fantastic. I need to find myself some of those because that's awesome. And put them in my books so people know who they belong to back when, well, in the future when I donate them to other people's collections. Next up, I have a I think it's a romance, sort of. It's about a dating app that pairs you up with your absolute perfect person in the whole world. And the lead character gets paired up with the creator of the app, and it is called The Soulmate Equation by Christina Lauren. I have this book by Christina Lauren I have not read yet on my shelf, and I have their newest one, Wilder, also that I want to read, but that one's going to be a summer read. I'm going to read this one first. This one gets great reviews. Everyone loves the motherly character in the book, and the interest that she pairs perfectly with, as per the algorithms, is the creator of the app. So even if they don't know each other and have zero concern for each other, they have to act like they are bestest of friends, and everything worked out perfectly because this is what the app is supposed to do. And so fake dating, fake friends trope may be in here, and I am all for it. This sounds great. And again, very well rated on BookTube, and people like it on BookTube, so I have no doubt that I'm going to like it as well. Then there's one thing that I have to reread this month, and that is a graphic novel. I've talked about them before. Now, my aunt and uncle were here recently, and they told me that he has started reading this series because of me, and he's enjoying it thoroughly. And I am on number 3 in the series, and he's on number 4. So I need to read number 3 and number 4 so we can have discussion. But my problem is I don't remember number 2 very well. So I'm going to have to reread number 2. And I did read them for reading vlogs, so, or like a readathon. So it was just like pumping through stuff. So number 1, I totally remember. It was awesome. And number 2, I remember some of the stuff, but I'm going to reread number 2 this month so I can continue on with 3 and 4. Editions number 3 and 4. So, Saga, number 2, reread. The artwork, if you're not familiar, it's like a space opera-y, Romeo and Juliet, sci-fi, Star Wars-y vibes kind of graphic novel with like an intergalactic war amongst different cultures, different beings, and I'm here for it. And it's so good. The first one had me just like that, a couple pages, and I was hooked. This one, again, I flew through it for a readathon, so that's probably why I don't recall a lot about it, but I'm very excited to get back into it. The art is the best part of this. Like, the artwork is so good. I'll show you guys a picture without hopefully giving away too much. Like I said, such good artwork. On that note, that is the TBR that I currently have for the month of June. Will it change? Probably. Will there be extra stuff in there? Most likely. So come back here when we do our wrap up to find out what I read or what I read in addition to these books, and if I finished them all and if I like them. So as always, I appreciate all your likes and subscribes. If you haven't done so already, please click the little bell icon to get notifications when I upload new videos. Like this video and subscribe to this channel, A Little Geek, A Little Chic. Catch me on all my social medias. They're linked down below. Thank you so much for watching. Have the best of days.